Welcome. You are watching Let Us Talk About It. And we are live. Can I just say that, people? We are live. This is the first time that Let Us Talk About It has been live at BNN. And our first live guest, who we have here?
Maine Thomas.
Maine Thomas, baby. Maine Thomas is live. This is his first time here. Yes, yep. And I thank you so much for being here, Thomas. And you are live with us today for the first time. You know, this is a show of the. Listen, this is a show of the people, for the people, and by the people. If you did not know, you are the people. Okay, so whatever it is that you want to talk about, whether it's sex, drugs, money, politics, you know, and slapped your kid up a few times, whatever it is, right here is the place you need to talk about it. Okay, because we get into things like that. Like right about now, we're about to get into some community talk. You know what I'm saying? And some things that's happening in our community, you know, whereas we have a lot of this violence that's occurring, you know, dramatically. You feel me? And it's not just in one little area, it's everywhere. You know, so I'm just trying to figure out how do we like kind of nip that in the bud. I understand that a lot of it comes from home. You know, everything starts at home. You know what I'm saying? And because of so, it comes out into the community. You know, once it comes out to the community, you know, it attracts the child that does have that obedience, who is coming from a structured home, who really don't have time to play around with their parents because they know that at the end of the night, they're going to get their behind whooped, right?
That's right.
So they meet with these kids that are not so structured, must I say, you know what I mean? And then they combine their ways and it's crazy because now this child that was actually going to the right is now going to the left. You know, how do we fix some of these errors that's happening?
I'll say this. Too much time on a person's hands is not good.
See, yes, and, I remember that. I remember that was said before.
And, you know, just the parents being a little bit more, spending a little bit more time with their children, you know. I know that you work. I know that when you come home from work, you're probably tired, but, you know, just spending more time with your kids, and, you know, being more of a positive role model for them, you know, and make sure you know what your kids is doing.
Hey, because there's a lot of kids that's out here doing things that, you know, I mean, I mean, we was all kids before. You know what I'm saying? And then you know what happens when the parents aren't home and, you know, we have company and some of them end up getting pregnant from them companies. I'm just saying, people. This is the reason why there's so many kids having kids. You know, there's so many reasons. This is the reason why there's so many kids that's dropping out of school. You know, this is the reason why. It's a lot, you know?
Yeah, knowing what your child is doing is very important. Very important.
Say that again.
It's very important to know what your kid is doing.
Exactly. And then it's very important that your kid really should know what you were doing too. You know? Because you don't want to talk, you don't really want to speak, you know, the things that you really don't, how can I put it? So the things that we do, we want to expose it to our children so that they can understand that mommy isn't perfect. You know what I'm saying? Because when we lead them into the perfection life, and then when they grow up and see that it wasn't really so perfection, you know, it's easier for them to go astray then out as well. You know, like I don't really hide too many things from my kids. I may hold off until they get a little bit older so that they can handle.
Understandable.
And understand more, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But I won't just sit there and just, you know, make that move right away. You know, it just depends on the mindset of the child. You know, and again, it goes by how they're being raised. You know, I mean, I was able to leave my kids in the house at the age of 4 and 6 and 8. You know what I'm saying? And that's only because I had to. I had to work for that man. See what I'm saying? I had to work morning, noon, and night. My children were going to morning, noon, and night school. You know what I'm saying? So at this time, I had to make sure that, you know, they was able to understand. Don't open my window. Don't open my blind. Don't open the door. Don't answer my phone. I don't care who it is. Better not. I don't care if it's your father.
Don't answer that phone.
Don't answer that phone.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So there's time it kind of slapped me because I'm like, okay, I'm calling from another number, my phone done died, then I answer the phone, I'm
Right.
acting all crazy and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I just have to make sure that I'm able to teach these children, my children,
That's right.
Because it's just me and it's us as a triangle,
Right.
And by so I had to make sure that they understand that this is the things that needs to be done.
Yeah.
You are not going to do it. I don't want,
That's right.
That's going to make you go astray because I have to work. I have to bring home the bacon, Wait, bringing home the bacon is bringing home kids, right?
Well, bringing that money home to the kids.
Well, bringing home the moolah.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I have to make it, and I'm creating this pathway for them. So I so get it. There's parents out here that has a busy life behind work.
Right.
Their work schedule, their work ethic. But at the same time, you still have to have that structure with your children.
Oh, for
what I mean?
sure.
Your child should really be afraid of you at some level.
Yeah. I mean, listen, you're the one who's going to have to live with them day for day and structure them because they do represent you. At the end of the day, your children should represent you.
And that, and more so of how we were speaking before, it starts at home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, when you look at it and they do positive things in life, you know what I'm saying? You can look at yourself and be like, well, listen, I did a good job raising my kids, and that's the best feeling to have as a parent.
Hey.
You know?
And I can accept that.
That's right.
I can accept that. I think, you know what? We might end up having to go into a PSA on that note. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they're ready to go on. Are we ready to do a PSA real quick? Or nah? No, we ain't ready to do a PSA. So we want to speak a little bit more on that because if you think about it, our children are our leaders of tomorrow.
Right.
So if they're being misled,
right,
then there's no way they can be leaders.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Especially if they're immature leaders. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Immature leaders are going to bring nothing but destruction.
That's right.
So,
That's right. And it's not fair to the community.
That's right.
It's not fair to the child that's trying to do well.
That's right.
And it's not fair to the parents who's being embarrassed.
And parents, pick who your kids' friends are. I don't care what you think.
Exactly.
Pick who their friends are.
Exactly. And like you said, it starts from parenting.
That's right.
So if you're a parent and you're smoking weed and drinking in front of your kids and socializing to the extreme all of the time in front of your kids, then expect that to happen.
Right. You need to spend a little bit more time with your child.
Hey, absolutely.
So, right.
And you know what, too? Just not to throw that off, but I swear that we're forgetting about this man above.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Like these kids do not understand that. They're created by the man above. And some of them may be atheists. They may come from an atheist family.
Right.
I understand that. You can't go over religions with people. A lot of people, feel there's their own beliefs,
Yeah.
I have one God. It's only one God for me. You know what I'm saying?
Me too.
So, but I just feel like we're not in depth with the laws of love, with the laws of, of being committed to him.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
We're not following them laws of commands.
Right.
Now, if we was to follow them laws of commands and also have our children, guide our children to follow them laws of commands, I think everything would be a little bit better.
I remember I used to go to Sunday school, straight to church every Sunday when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, maybe we have to end. That gave us structure, So maybe a lot of you parents need to put your kids in Sunday school and, after that, straight to church.
See, but the thing about it is don't just throw them in Sunday school and you're at home.
Yeah, that's right. That's real. That's real.
I'm just saying, I don't know nothing about that.
That's the truth.
I wasn't raised off that way. I'm just saying.
That's the truth, though. That's the truth. But lead by example.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right.
So, there's some parents that's out here that, the church van comes, get their kids off on the church van. They go back home in their room and start smoking on their turkeys.
Right.
That was the word back in the day. Start smoking on their turkeys. And making dinner, what I'm saying? Then the kids come back home from church and whatever.
Right.
When I was in Sunday school, I really wasn't in Sunday school. Ooh, sorry, my mic I really wasn't in Sunday school to learn. I'm gonna keep it real. Lord, please forgive me.
Yeah.
I was in Sunday school for their sandwiches. You know what I mean? I was in Sunday school for their drinks, for their cookies and their cakes. I'm gonna keep it funky with you people. I'm just saying, I love the Lord. I learned so much from Him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm 36 this year, so I definitely have grown. You understand? But I'm just saying, like back then, you know, it wasn't so much of me understanding, you know, the meaning behind the laws of commands and, you know, knowing your father and, you know what I'm saying? But I believed, but I couldn't really say I believed if I wasn't really in.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I mean, well, as you get older, you learn more and you understand more, you know?
And one more thing too, not to cut you off, but I feel like the churches are misleading right now.
Yeah.
You know, they're misleading in so many ways that it's ridiculous.
Right.
You know, if we was all a whole, there wouldn't be no Christianity.
Yeah.
There would be no Baptists, no Catholics, no Orthodox.
Right.
You know what I mean? We would all believe in that one God.
Yeah.
You know, there would be no. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel as though the churches are misleading us.
Yeah.
As a whole.
Well, it might be their message these days. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them are, you know, doing a lot of prosperity preaching. You know, I mean, and I'm not to knock with nobody's church and nothing like that, nobody's religion, because if whatever saves lives, you know what I'm saying?
That is saving.
I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? If you go to jail and you come out a Muslim and you're changed, I'm all for it. If you go to jail, come out as a Christian and you're changed, I'm all for it, or whatever your religion is. Okay. But we used to get a message out of it. And now it seems to me that the message is money, 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 money. You know, and money's not everything. Yes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, money helps, but money isn't everything. Knowing what to do with your money is the biggest thing. Right. You know, so maybe they need to slow down on the money talk and maybe one day just go page for page through the Bible. You know? And that's what I'm saying. You know, I feel as though we don't need the money. I mean, we survive, but we survive off of water. We need water more than we need this money. So people need to understand that they're killing us with this water too. And water's free. Don't let me be the. We're gonna go to a quick commercial break, a quick PSA. We'll be back with our man Maine over here to my left. We're gonna make it do what it do. We got some more things that we have to discuss. So stay tuned to Let Us Talk About It, baby. We'll be back. Deuces. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's all good. Just make sure you happy. Let's do it the right way.
Just four brothers who hate bullies and love this city. Gear up, guys.
Hey, look, it's those guys.
Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You sure?
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing. And it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
We are back. Thank you guys for tuning back in. I hope you guys had your glass of water since we was talking about water. Listen, I'm on the alkaline water diet. Like, give me some alkaline water. I don't want no Poland spring water, and I sure enough don't want no fountain water. I want some alkaline water. You know what I'm saying? I want to drink the water the rich people are drinking.
It's better for you.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? And speaking of that, let's talk about the police brutality around here in these joints. I believe Boston, we don't really have too much police brutality because we're a little bit diverse. Right. A little bit more diverse than, you know, a lot of these states out here. But out there with my man, the two gentlemen that we just had the big old protest behind.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely getting out of hand. It's definitely getting out of hand. And I say this all the time. The best way to stop police brutality is hold the officers accountable for their actions. You know what I'm saying? If
I
they
agree.
know, if they do something wrong, you know, because
do it.
if the Army, when you go in the Army and you do something wrong, you go to jail.
Correct.
You know
Correct.
what I'm saying? So
What's the difference?
I mean, exactly. And they're over there risking their life on
Every
the war
day.
field. And you have an officer over here who probably has a chip on his shoulder or, you know, feels that power of that badge. Because, I mean, it's like, man, you know, it's a high, I guess.
Right.
It's a high. So,
Wow, that's a great way to put it.
yeah, I mean, you know, because, you know, when they approach, it's just a bravado thing when they approach. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're officers. They're here to protect you. Like I said, they're officers. They're not your mother or your father. So it's a certain respect that they should give
Exactly.
the people out here because we do pay taxes for them, you know what I'm saying, to protect us. And, you know, just like, and I respect them, they pay taxes too because they get money took out their check. But they're paid to protect us, not to hurt us.
Right, and I said the same thing. You guys are here to protect
Right.
and serve, not protect and kill.
Right, right.
Protect and serve, not protect and kill. Do we not? You know what I'm saying? The difference? There's a difference. However, I understand what they're doing. You know, then they have the brother love. You know, they have to
Right.
keep things in their own circle and stuff because they're protecting their property.
Right.
That's what the U.S. is. The United States is their property.
Yeah,
The government's property. So they're protecting their property. You know, I get it.
And there's a thing about trusting that too. Because
Tell me about
if you
it.
want us to give somebody up or stop somebody and tell them what they're doing wrong, but you're not following that, I mean, then, you know, how can we even, you know, trust you, trust them, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. There's no way. You're doing the same thing that you're telling us not to do.
And it's crooked. It's crooked too.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I said, if an officer, put it like this, why is an officer called a whistleblower instead of just a good cop doing what he's supposed to do? So that right there
Right.
should put a light bulb over people's head too.
Right,
You know what
right.
I'm saying? The ones who speak up about things are punished. And I want to know why they're punished when they're doing what they're supposed to do.
Correct.
you know?
Correct.
So,
And that's something that we should bring up. And what about the fact that we don't even vote for these officers anymore?
Right.
Whatever happens to us having to vote for them to be?
right.
Oh, yeah, I'm just saying my rights. Where's my rights at, people?
That's right. Because officers
Whatever happened?
are voted in. They're supposed to be voted in, you know, not
See what I'm
hired.
saying? See
Not
what
hired.
I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're not even voted in with the, we don't even, we have
Right.
no say on whatever officer
Yeah.
that's going to work inside Roxbury,
Right.
Dorchester, Mattapan,
Right.
Rosendale. We have no say.
Right. I say another thing too is the officers that work in the city should live in that city.
Word.
You
I
know what
agree.
I'm saying? They should live in that city.
I agree.
You know, because they understand what exactly goes on in that city.
Absolutely.
You know, not an officer from out of the town. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we never know how we think of people in the city. He might be from the suburbs and just watched all TV shows where people from the city do crime.
He might be from New Hampshire, KKK.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying? He's coming out here working Roxbury.
Exactly. So, you know, he ain't got no problem whooping a couple brothers on top of their head, man. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what I'm saying.
He loved that.
That's what I'm saying. And then you got the South down there, you know, where they still are experiencing the slavery, you
Yep.
know, the captivity.
Yep.
They're still experiencing
Right.
this. So what do we say when we go out there and we have our kids, like right now, both of my children, my
Right.
boy and my girl, out there visiting their fathers in North Carolina. Their
Right.
fathers, they have the same father.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't know why I said that with a plural. You know what I'm saying? It's singular, one dad. I don't
That's
play them
what's up.
games.
That's what's
You
up.
know, so they're out there in North Carolina. They're visiting him for the summer. And, you know, I'm just like scared to death. Like, what the hell's going to happen next?
Right.
You know, I almost feel a little bit more safer with them here.
Yeah.
And I
yeah.
don't because of the violence it's so damn if you do, damn if you don't, right?
Yeah, well, down south they're a lot stricter. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And like, I just say maybe they don't have the fancy lawyers that we have up here or in the city. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But which shouldn't really be an excuse. You know what I'm saying? Because if you caught on tape doing something wrong,
Then you're caught.
then
You're
you're caught.
guilty.
There it is. You know what I'm saying? So,
And they're justifying it. How do we justify the fact that you just sat there and murdered my father? How do you justify the fact that you just sat there and had my 4-year-old child in the back seat? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
How do we justify these situations?
It's no way to justify it because you know what? If I get caught with a gun on the street, it's not why I did it, it's whether I had it or not. You know what I'm saying? So there's no excuse for them. It's not why he shot that man. It should be if he shot that man.
Correct.
You know what I'm
Correct.
saying?
Why?
So there it is.
Why? There's no why.
Right.
He
And
did it.
He
The kid
blew his
got
arm
it.
off from what I heard. Blew his arm off.
So you know that main artery.
Right. Right. And I mean, you know, it's on video and it was live.
That's the
was
strongest.
live.
The strongest woman, the strongest person was that lady
Yeah.
that sat there and had to stay calm and watch her man die.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And still try to keep her composure because that child that was in the back seat. You feel what I'm saying? Like I feel as though throughout this entire ordeal with all this stuff happening, she's the bravest. I talk my hat to her.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I would have went crazy.
She did something real brave because
She was
You know,
brave.
the officer could have pulled the gun on her and shot
Yes.
her too.
But you hear-
but she handled it right.
He was.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he knew he did something wrong.
Yes.
He knew
And what
he did
about
something
the other
wrong.
officer that what's my man that just that got
Alton?
tackled down?
Yeah, Alton.
Right,
Yeah,
Alton.
yeah.
After he shot him, the first word that came out of his mouth was a cuss word.
Right.
He
right.
knew what he did.
I seen a still photo, right? It was impossible for that man to reach for a gun because one cop had his knee on his arm and the other cop that was on top of him had the other arm.
Hear it? Say it
You know what I'm
again.
saying?
Say it again.
One cop had his knee on one arm and the other cop had his hand holding the other arm. So therefore, right, how can this person be a danger
That's
when
what
you
I'm
have
saying.
them perfectly restrained?
And whatever happened to, okay, you get a call, okay, that there's whatever's happening in the community.
Right.
You get a call, okay?
Right.
And then you go and you check on that call. Whatever happened to you going to consult with the caller, the victim,
Right.
and whatever happened to both parties?
Exactly.
Whatever happened to the bum? Did we ever have the conversation with the bum, or did we just go and attack Alton because they heard he has a gun? I mean, like,
You know what? You hear black man, and all of a sudden, man, you know, you get like this boogeyman syndrome. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, man, listen, if you look at majority of the situations, we're the victims. So how do we have this big stigma of us being the boogeyman or us being so wrong or so violent? You know what I'm saying? And after a while, you got to look at the situation of why are people so violent. You look at these kids, the majority of these kids have the same thing that these soldiers come back from war with, the post-traumatic syndrome thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because they're really in fear, you know,
And-
at a young age.
yeah, absolutely.
So, and then you're in fear of the people who's supposed to protect you.
And you know, I understand why, you know, the government is so afraid. They're willing to shoot us down and,
Right.
you know, I understand. We found out a lot of things.
Yeah.
We're very much aware.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We found out a lot of things that can hold them accountable for the BS that they've been pulling.
See what I'm saying?
Right,
So because
right.
of so, yeah, you guys should be very afraid. Be very afraid because they also know who's the strongest. They know who's the
Exactly.
strongest. They know who built
Exactly.
this. We're gonna wrap this little piece right here up.
Right.
We're gonna come back and we're gonna dip and dab into it until until we
yeah.
jump into the next topic.
Whatever you
Because I
wanna
think
do.
we have a little bit more to discuss on this police brutality.
No problem.
We'll be back. Don't go nowhere. Don't even go get any water, especially if it ain't alkaline water. Stay right there. We'll be back. Let us talk about it, baby.
We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos. Go to GetSchooled.com.
This morning of another police shooting last night in Minnesota.
We're waiting for a back. I will, sir. No worries. I will.
Viewed more than 1 million times before being taken down on Facebook. The video shows a traffic stop turned deadly. 32-year-old Philando Castile, along with his girlfriend and her child, pulled over last night, the beginning of the incident not on tape. But Castile was shot, his arm bloodied. The woman in shock, but continuing to live stream the situation on Facebook. In the video, she says that Castile had a license to carry a firearm. She says she warned the officer that he would be reaching to his pocket to get his ID. The officer appears agitated.
Told him to get his hand out.
You told him to get his ID, sir, and his driver's license.
She says the officer fired, reportedly 4 times. Castile, transported to the hospital, later dies from his injuries. Outraged family members and residents heading to the local hospital to protest, as hundreds gather at the governor's mansion overnight demanding answers.
No justice, no peace.
This as protests in Baton Rouge continue overnight as a second video is released showing another angle of the deadly shooting of 37-year-old Alton Sterling. This new video showing one officer pinning Sterling to the ground while another officer kneels on his arm outside a Baton Rouge convenience store. You can see one officer drawing his gun, and moments later, shots fired. An officer then removes something from Sterling's pocket, Sterling dying at the scene. Sterling's family wants answers.
I want justice for Alton. That's what I want. I want justice for him.
Oh, man. See what I'm saying, people? Do you see what I'm saying? And some of that, I didn't even check out some of that video.
Yeah, I've been looking at it since it happened.
That's the reason why you guys should be afraid, okay? Because, you know, you guys are really corrupted. You don't gotta get y'all together. I'm just saying, like, these police officers ain't really, like, and half of them are the KKK, I believe, any daggone way.
That's why I said the police that live in the city should work in that
Absolutely,
city,
absolutely, absolutely. You know, and it just doesn't make any sense. It disgusts me.
Right.
You know what I mean? It really disgusts me. And for them to just have this is the reason why. No, there's no justifying it.
Not
You
at
can't
all.
justify that you took somebody's
Not at
life.
all.
You
Not at
know,
all.
and you're not protecting. You know, you're only protecting the property of USA. Like, you're not
Right.
protecting our bodies and us as a people. Like,
It's just come to the point where it's disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like, man, they're just running a business instead of protecting the people.
Right.
But here's the thing, what I say, what I tell everyone, how come the black cops are not making the same mistake in shooting the white teenagers?
why not?
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
well, you look at it like this, right? They know better.
You know why? Because that would be the end of their life.
Oh yeah.
That would be
They're
the
gonna get
end
put
of their
on
life.
trial. They're gonna put on trial. They're gonna get put on trial. They're gonna be prosecuted. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, when a person, I mean, if you just look at the thing right there where he shot that young man, it seemed like he was scared.
Absolutely.
So I look at it like this. You got people who have firearms, that work with firearms, and they're going to be in dangerous positions. So you have to check the psychological of these people before you hire them. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, fire department, you know, firefighters, they know they have to run in a burning building.
Right.
You know, so they know they can't panic. It's do or die.
That's right.
So the people who you hire as officers, you have to check their, you know what I'm saying, their psyche and make sure that they are
Applicable
proper
for
people
the
for the job. Right.
Yeah.
You know, just not like the guy who been working there for 30 years, nephew or son
Yeah.
or whatever.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Absolutely. You know, But the thing about it is that we're strong.
Very strong.
You know, not only are we
Very
strong, like, believe it or not, this land is ours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though they stole our people and brought us over here, this land is ours because we build on this land. Like, we created half the stuff that's out here. More than half of
Majority
the
of the
stuff.
stuff, right.
More.
Right.
Whatever that happened afterwards is because what we taught you guys. You know, because Moses was already teaching them in the cave.
Yeah.
Let me not get into that. Let me not even get into the caveman and Moses. We'll leave that for another topic. You know, we won't get too religious on them. But what I will say is that, you know what I'm saying? Our people need to wake up.
Right.
Y'all need to wake up. You know what I'm saying?
Our people need to learn to sacrifice. We have to learn to sacrifice. We have to learn that, you know, we like nice things, but in order to get certain things done, you have to give up certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool to march, but we've been marching since the 60s. And to be honest, you know, I respect the whole Martin Luther King thing, but they really didn't respect when they killed him. They respected when we tore up their businesses.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? That made them think like, well, listen, we can't have this. You know what I'm saying? Because we have to make money. We have to keep the economy running. You know, now what I'm saying is not to go and destroy any businesses. I'm not saying that, so, you know, we ain't gonna say that. Right,
no subliminals.
But what I'm saying is, you know, maybe for like a year or whatever, man, we have to like not celebrate the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
You know
what is the
I'm saying?
holidays for anyways? That wasn't created by God. That's a man-made.
Right. It's actually like a business thing.
Come on now.
To where the government have with the stores, you might as well say. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
And they just made them into like something that, you know, you go out and spend money. It's not even about the holiday anymore.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm gonna say the first half of the word. You say the last part. Boy.
God.
Boy.
God.
Boy.
God.
And this wasn't even planned. I'm just saying,
Right.
you know what I mean? Because we gotta make it happen. If you boycott some things, Targets, Walmarts, give me some more, Radio Shack, give me some more.
How about this?
Everything that's out here.
Right, instead of going to them big companies, you know what I'm saying, and
Mom
buying
and
your
pop
food and buying your clothes and buying your, you know what I'm saying, how about supporting your own people for a while?
There we
Because
go.
it's money that talk, and the only way that we're gonna be able to keep up with the rest of the system is if we buy with each other. If you look at the way things work, Chinatown, they don't come down here and spend their money. They go to Super
their
88 right
area.
down the street.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You know, where the Jewish people live, they don't
Brookline.
come here and spend their
Nope.
money.
Nope.
They spend their money with their people.
Within their community,
We're the
within them.
only people who feels that we need to spend our money with everybody else to
Right.
make us important.
Thank you.
You know
Thank
what I'm saying?
You.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
you know, I mean, you look at like true religions, right? We go out, we spend all this money on true religions. True religions wasn't as popular as they were until we started buying. You know, a lot of the clothing lines. And if you look in the 90s, the black clothing lines were winning. The Rockawares, the Fat Farms, the Nietzsche's. I even say Nietzsche's. I mean,
Nietzsche, remember? I
all of,
remember
you know what I'm
Nietzsche.
saying? All the black clothes designers and the clotheslines
Fat
were winning.
Farm.
They
Yep.
were winning so much that the white companies had to buy them out.
How about it? There would be no white company buying all my. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Absolutely not.
So what they did was they erased the importance of black
The
clothing,
urban.
right, urban
the
clothing,
urban, yes.
and they bought them out and they killed their brand just for you to go and buy their overpriced junk.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And if we was to be able to create our own market,
Right.
then things will be able to, you know, I believe that we can come together. You know,
Oh, we
I
can.
wanted to
We can.
touch something of, I can't, you have so many important things that you're spitting.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like, it's an eye opener. You know, not even just for, you know, these people, but even for the other people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I just feel as though if we come together, you know, and create this market and stop spending your dollars wherever you're spending them, we'll be okay. I think maybe we can even stop the killing at some point, ceasing this fire. You know what I'm saying?
For the killings, we need to hold some of the parents accountable. You know, like
Talk to me.
I mean, a lot of these kids, they have no discipline. Their parents doesn't have a hold of them. You know, and also we have to police our own neighborhoods. We have to, you know, tell Miss Johnson or Miss whoever that, man, listen, your kid out here acting up, and you need to get a hold of him. We don't need to be like, well, I'm gonna mind my business. That's not my kid. We need to go knock on their door and tell them, listen, you need to get your kid in order.
Like back in the
You
days.
know what I'm saying? Right. Before we might have to get him in order.
Because I remember growing up, my mother would tell me, I don't want to hear anything from anybody else.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
If you're not telling me, and I find out through somebody else, then that's your tell.
Right.
You see what
That's
I'm
right.
saying?
Right.
So that scared me alone.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But I structured my children. Like, you know, I don't play around. I'm very much in the old school days. I joke
Right.
around, I do all this stuff, but I'm very much so old school.
Right.
You know, I really don't have the time for the disrespect, and I really don't have time for the ignorance and
Right.
all that, you know?
Right.
So I try to make sure that my kids are aware
Right.
and not oblivious to the things that's happening around them.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So I just have to, I keep them on that track.
Right.
You know, and let them know, I don't care, my son's 18, I'll still bring you down to my size,
Oh
boy.
yeah, I keep my foot on my kids.
Oh
neck,
yeah,
you
oh
know?
yeah, I have to.
Because they represent you. To
Thank
the fullest.
you.
They represent
And
you.
we represent each other. And just like
There
I
it
say,
is.
you go on Facebook and you talk whatever that Facebook crap you talk. You share whatever you share on Facebook.
Right.
Understand, if you're not speaking that in front of me, beside me, if you're not sharing that with me on a one-on-one,
Right.
then you're not allowed to share it on Facebook.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because we are a representation of one another. So that means if I go outside on Facebook and have my breasts all out and I'm hey,
That's right.
twerking all over the place with nothing.
Well,
I'm representing my children. You guys like that? You guys want me to do that?
Yeah, well, I
You know
tell
what
my
I'm
kids, you're not going to be more scared of a judge than me.
Hey.
You're not going to listen to a judge and don't listen to me. We'll both be in jail.
See what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? But before me and you go to jail, I'm going to kick you behind in front of the judge
On the way
and
to
everybody
jail.
else. You know what I'm saying? And then when we both get out, I'm going to kick you behind again for disrespecting me. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know,
Embarrassing me, you know
but
what I mean?
You're not
All
going to be
that.
scared or listen to a judge or probation officer or even the police. You're not going to listen to them before you listen to me.
It's true. It's true.
know?
We're gonna come back after this. We're gonna get some more. We're gonna get into some more of this this topic because it's so important.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it, and the viewers. I'm sure you guys are very much aware. Hopefully, you guys are wakening up. Not with just one eye, but with both eyes. Okay, and your mind. Okay, and your. Let me stop right there. We'll be back with Let Us Talk About It. Don't you go anywhere. And we are back with Let Us Talk About It. You know, I have my man Thomas Maine on my left. Thomas, how you feeling though?
I'm just cool.
You okay?
I'm just cool.
Because we flowing, baby.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's good. Good
Cooling.
conversation right now.
Yes,
Good
yes,
conversation.
yes. The only thing we're missing is my tea.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? The only thing we're missing is my tea because, you know, the things that we speak is some real life.
right.
We live, so I can't even say the word. But if we was taping, you know what I'm
that
saying? There it is. But, you know, to dab a little bit more into what we were speaking about with the children and the reason why they're out here and, you know, they feel like it's okay for them to pick up the gun and shoot up
Right.
Paul, John, and Timothy, and little D, and Cavo, and all
Right.
these other, you know what I'm saying? A lot of it does have a lot to do with the kids, the parents. But let me just explain why. Let me just explain why. Hear me out. I feel, and I've always been against toy guns.
Right.
I've always been against water guns. My muscles is like, look at this baby. You know what I'm saying?
Guns, get them
Look
guns.
at these guns. Sorry. So I've always been against the toy guns.
Right.
Water guns. You know what I'm saying? Like my child would not, if he was to get a gun for Christmas or his birthday, he knows that's going in the trash.
Right.
So whoever bought Troy a toy gun, water gun, you understand, right? Yeah, because this is one of the reasons why. You know what I'm saying? That there's so much fire that's happening within our community.
Right.
You know, because these man-made guns that's given into our children's hand as pretend.
Yeah.
They get older. You know what I'm saying? Then we still have these video games, these pretend.
Right.
Now they want to really use this. You see what I'm saying? These tools and experience these tools and try to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? But then they're doing it with one another.
Yeah.
So if we could stop buying these toy guns for our children, for our boys, even our girls, but majority rules. If we can stop buying these toy guns, I don't care if it's a water gun, if it's a pellet gun, I don't care what it is.
Right.
We need to leave it. We need to leave it because this is the reason why your son is not possibly here today.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's sad for me to even have to say it that way. But let's think about it for a minute. Let's think about it for a minute. Let's think about that childhood of your baby. You see what I'm saying? How many toy guns was in your baby's hand? Because he's locked up right now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So if we can stop all this, and I had a conversation with one of my friends about toy guns because she doesn't agree. You know, I feel otherwise. You know, and I just feel like toy guns is one of the reasons why.
Right. That's like striking a match before you get ready to put it to the firecracker.
There you go. So. And to bring it back a little bit more, is remember when I said I had something that I wanted to mention, the black market, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So when we're speaking about purchasing from our market as opposed to their market.
Right.
So I had somebody that made mention about how it's a little bit expensive on our side.
Yeah.
You know, but when you think about it, the reason why it's so expensive on our side and they would rather go to the other side, you know, because it's a little bit more, affordable, that's because we don't have anybody purchasing our products.
Right.
If we had business flowing, then it wouldn't be so expensive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to understand that they have to still make their profit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But just like you budget for Tom's.
For real.
You feel me? You feel me?
I feel you.
You feel me though, right?
I feel you. I follow.
Why can't we do the same for Gregory?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Why we only have to budget for Tom, but we can't budget for Gregory's stuff?
Right.
Oh, but we can budget for Sue's stuff. You know what I'm saying? But little Tanika stuff we can't budget for.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So this is the reason why it's so expensive on our side.
Yeah.
You feel me? And if we can understand that we need to learn to understand one another, communication is one of them too. We have to learn to love one another too. But we can't love one another if we don't love ourselves. So there's so much hatred that's going on in our community. There's so much hatred. This is the reason why there's so much fire that's happening.
Right.
You know, nobody has a coping method. I'm going to blast it. I don't care how many times I'll blast it. There's no coping methods. We was not taught coping methods as children.
And also, man, if wasting money is so cool, why not waste it with each other?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, everybody want to talk about balling. You know what I'm saying? How about waste the money with your own people?
My son said everybody's talking about being the boss, but ain't nobody working.
That's right.
He said that at age 17. I did a little video with him, you know, because he was at the Mother's Day Walk for Peace.
Yeah.
You know, he enjoyed it, and we found him on Fox 25.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my son. He's on TV. So because it's so, we did a little small video. I did my little editing and whatever. You know, I did my little. But I, in the video, what he said was, everybody is trying to be the boss, but ain't nobody working.
Right. I mean,
That's
listen,
powerful.
work plays it all. You know what I'm saying? The more you work, the more you get.
Right.
You know,
Right.
listen, when I get off of work, I'm back on work.
See what I'm saying?
You know, so listen, my thing is team no sleep.
Hey,
You
team
know,
no sleep.
I
There
say
it
that
is.
all the time.
There
Team
it
no
is.
sleep.
Team
you
no
know?
sleep. I like that.
Yeah.
You know, because I try to get a little bit of rest here and there, but you know, it doesn't happen. But when my body breaks down, it shuts
Right.
down, boy. They let you know. You know, I don't care if you driving or not.
Definitely gonna let you know. But until it let me know, I'm gonna keep pushing. You know?
So let's speak about coming together as a whole.
Right.
How would you suggest that we try to implement coming together as a one, as a unity, you know,
Right.
unify us as brothers and sisters and being
Right.
able to teach these kids and guide these kids the right way and understand one another? Like, how can we develop this?
Well,
Why does it seem so difficult with our culture?
we have to realize that it's power in numbers. You know, it's power in numbers. And I mean, when we march, we're in numbers and we get recognized. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So we just spoke about our things being more expensive. I feel that, listen, we should get more of a relationship with our people in Africa. Maybe we can get things shipped from Africa. You know what I'm saying? And Africa has everything.
Yes.
You know, so you don't have to go to anybody else.
Right.
You build a relationship with your African brothers.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, first of all, we start off slow. It's not going to be a quick thing.
Rumbles
it might
and
be
bills and
generations, right? It might go through generations. But if we started now, you know what I'm saying, and maybe 50 years down the line, you know what I'm saying, we build a strong relationship with our African brothers, and we can get our toys made there.
Yes.
We can get our clothes made
Yeah.
there. We can get you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And they'll build us up, and we'll build them up. We can build the economy in
know what I'm
Africa,
saying?
and at the same time, build our economy system over here.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
and like I said, it's power in the numbers. But we have to realize that we have to build our own economy. We need planes, we need buses, we need ships, we need people to make cars, we need electrical companies, we need satellites,
All that.
we need scientists, we need our own hospitals, we need our own schools, we need you know, down to our own clinics in our own neighborhoods.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because when you go to the clinics in the neighborhoods, you know, and there's no disrespect to no other, you know, race or whatever, but when you go to the clinics in your own neighborhood, the people who don't even live in the area runs it.
How about it?
So, I mean, if we got to take some kind of responsibility, you know what I'm saying? The people with the money that are so rich, instead of wasting it, man, they have to invest in us.
That's
Our own
true.
people have to invest in us.
That's true.
You know, and we have to pressure them to invest in us too. We're not buying your sneakers no more. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? We're not buying your basketball no more.
That's right.
We're not buying your album no more.
Yes.
You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? Until you invest in us, man. You know.
That's right.
And you know, the people on the bottom, we have the numbers. There's not too many rich people,
You're right.
and they rely on us.
They rely on us to do everything.
Right. So we have to
And we doing
acknowledge
it.
the
Yes,
power that we
master.
got. That's right.
Yes, master.
That's right.
I sure will, master. When you want it done, master.
That's right.
Listen, I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
we
what's
have
up.
fun with this all the time, but this is some real life, you know, that's happening right now. You know, and if you are not aware, then you are still captive.
Right.
You understand that, okay? I'm just letting you guys know. If you are not aware, then you are still captive. And it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why I love this talk.
Yeah.
Because no matter what it is, you know, I'm so passionate about this right now.
Right.
I can easily say 2015, I wasn't all the way aware. You know, it took me it took for the Lord to introduce me to the Israelites.
Right. Right. Yeah,
And then I'm following the Israelites. You know, not saying their teaching's inaccurate.
Well,
but they're coming right
they
from the
tell
Bible.
you some good stuff though.
Yeah, and it's coming right out of the Bible. But the only thing is that they're so angry. They're
Yeah.
angry because their people are not waking up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I
Right.
get it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I couldn't still follow them because
Right.
it's we live in a cult life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I won't say that they're a cult because we live in a cult.
Right.
But what I'm saying is that you're following them and you're being guided and you're listening to the stories and you're understanding and the knowledge. You're soaking in the knowledge. You're soaking in the knowledge. You're soaking it in. But at the same time, you're soaking in the anger at the same time. Like,
yeah. I mean, we all do what works for us.
Yeah.
You know, and before anything, we feel what's right and what's for us and what's not.
Exactly.
They are kind of extreme.
They are,
They're kind of extreme, and sometimes that just turns certain people off because everybody's not like that.
Right. Right.
And that's probably something they need to consider.
Yes. I agree. You know what I mean? So I just stopped following them. Like, they was calling me, like, where you at? I'm praying.
Right.
I'm praying right now. I'm praying that I can stay far away from you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I watch them on YouTube and I crack up.
But it's real though.
Yeah,
and the audience is just like, oh no, well, you don't know what you're talking about. So I understand why they're so upset. Because the people are not trying to wake up.
Right.
And with that being said, is that we're watching this right now, and I hope that you guys can understand and acknowledge the fact that we are still like locked in to society and captive, and you have to free yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? They also say if you have a captive mind, then you always will be remaining captive. So I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? So we want to free ourselves and do more.
Right.
You know what I mean? And doing more still consists of boycotting, baby. You want to make sure that you're boycotting and try it. You're not missing nothing. You're not missing nothing. Just try it.
Exactly.
But I want to we're about to get ready to close this.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? That sucks.
Yeah.
Time's coming to an end. But I want to give some updates about what's going to happen in the community. We have the Rhythm on the Block that's happening every Saturday.
Okay.
Rhythm on the Block. That's a community event. It's for our community to come and show their love and as one on one block. You know what I'm saying? We're welcoming all genres of music. We're welcoming spoken word, dance, all talent, vendors, all that. You know what I'm saying? Every Saturday from 6 to 10.
Support.
Support your community, people. You have to support your community. Not only that, we also have the Ceasefire Tour. That's going to be happening. I don't have the dates for that, but you guys got to stay checking out. You guys, stay tuned to the Ceasefire College Tour. That's going to be the jump off. Okay. Not only that, we have the speed dating that's happening. We got some speed dating that's going to be happening soon. You guys keep up to date with that info. That's going to be appearing on my Facebook at some point.
Right.
Shakina, Boss Lady, Supreme, Appleberry. Follow me, baby. Okay. And then not only that, after that, we're going to deal with this the Halloween Bash.
Right.
And then we also have the Bullion Walk. The Bullion Walk is going to be very, 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 very. I can't even get into it that much because we have like 1 minute left. But I do want to say that you guys want to just stay tuned to what's happening. Follow me. Find let us talk about it. You'll find everything. Two Fruits Productions. We're all there. What's up, Boston? You want to find something? Listen, I gotta go. I can't even. I love you all. Thomas, thank you for just, you know what I'm saying? I thank you so much for coming out and being able to give your insights on things that's happening with me. You guys, I'll be back. I'm sorry. We have to go. Yeah.